So let's rank the top 50 strongest devil fruit powers in entire One Piece. Number 50 is the Dice Fruit. Used by Dazbones, this Paramecia fruit turns the user's body into blades, making them a walking arsenal. It was a big threat back in Alabasta, but as the series progressed, it was quickly outclassed by more advanced abilities. It's strong, but pretty basic by today's standards. 49. The Munch Fruit. This one lets Wapol eat literally anything and then merge the materials inside him into weapons or other tools. It's bizarre, but has potential. Wapol just isn't the guy to bring it out. In smarter hands, it could be way more dangerous. 48. The Revive Fruit. Brook's Devil Fruit lets the user come back to life once and then grants soul-based abilities. It took time to shine, but once Brook learned to project his soul and manipulate others, it became a unique support and scouting power with a lot of utility. 47. The Clone Fruit. A fruit based entirely on deception, it allows the user to copy another person's appearance by touching their face. Bon Clay used this to great effect in Alabasta and Impel Down. In battle, it can trick opponents, distract them, or be used to impersonate authority figures, which we've seen more than once. 46. The Giraffe Zoan. Ox Fruit, model Giraffe. At first glance, it seemed like a joke, but Kaku's use of it combined with Rokushiki techniques made it surprisingly powerful. Its awakened form makes it even better, combining speed, power, and reach. 45. The Barrier Fruit. This fruit creates invisible, unbreakable barriers. Bartolomeo used it to dominate entire battles without taking a hit. Offensively, it's limited, but defensively, it's one of the most secure devil fruits in the entire story. 44. The Arms Fruit. This lets the user turn any part of their body into a weapon. Baby 5 was able to launch missiles, shoot guns, and become a walking armory. It's great in close quarters combat and makes the user highly versatile. 43. The Snake Fruit model, Yamada no Orochi, a mythical zone that gives its user 8 heads and effectively 8 lives. Orochi used it to cheat death several times, but in combat he didn't do much with it. The concept is strong, the user was weak. 42. The Tone Fruit. Apu's music-based devil fruit is weird but dangerous. His sound-based attacks bypass normal defenses and can affect targets instantly. Even Kizaru was caught off guard by it. It's a fruit that needs precision and timing, but in the right hands, it's a game changer. 41. The Clear Fruit. Invisibility. Simple, but always effective. Originally used by Absalom, now wielded by Shiryu, a top-level swordsman. Combined with lethal skill, this fruit turns the user into a silent killer. Observation Haki can counter it, but against weaker enemies, it's devastating. 40. The Swamp Fruit. A Logia that lets the user become and control swamp-like mud. Caribou used it to trap and store anything, including people. It's more utility-based than offensive, but it's still dangerous because of its Logia properties and storage hacks. 39. The Time Fruit. Toki's ability allowed her to send people into the future. It's a rare time-based fruit, but comes with heavy restrictions. You can't go back, only forward. Still, in terms of survival and setting up future events, it's incredibly powerful. 38. The Hornhorn Fruit. Ivankov's Devil Fruit is all about controlling biology. Hormones can be used to heal, change gender, boost strength, or keep someone alive through fatal injuries. It doesn't have direct offensive power, but in support, it's unmatched. 37. The Snow Fruit. Monet used this to create massive snowstorms, form ice barriers, and completely control her battlefield. She could become intangible unless hit with Haki, and she had strong zoning capabilities. A cold threat, literally. 36. The Flower Fruit. Nico Robin's Devil Fruit lets her grow extra limbs on any surface. With her training, it's evolved from basic grabs to full-on demon forms. Her victory over Black Maria showed just how dangerous this power can be when mastered. 35. The Brush Fruit. Kanjuro used it to bring his drawings to life. At first it seemed weak, but once he revealed his true strength, he was able to create massive creatures, weapons, and even deadly clones. The better the artist, the stronger this fruit becomes. 34. The Dragon Fruit, model Brachiosaurus. Queen's ancient zone gave him massive size, strength, and dinosaur durability. Add his cybernetic weapons, and he became a tank on the battlefield. Not the fastest, but overwhelming in raw power. 33. The Plume Fruit. Smoker's smoke-based Logia allows him to fly, restrain opponents, and avoid physical damage. It was one of the earliest Logia shown and still holds up, especially with his combat experience. 32. The Gas Fruit. Caesar Clown uses it to become gas and manipulate toxic substances, including removing oxygen. It's dangerous and versatile, especially in closed environments. However, Caesar's lack of combat skills limited its full potential. 31. The Cat Fruit Model Leopard. Rob Lucci's Zoan enhances his physical stats dramatically. After awakening, it now includes even more speed and destructive power. Combined with his fighting style, it's a deadly close-range fruit. 30. The Sand Fruit. Crocodile's Logia gives him control over sand, allowing him to dehydrate anything and create massive sandstorms. It's especially effective in dry environments and can be lethal if not countered with hockey or water. 29. The Twinkle Fruit. This Paramecia type allows Jozu to turn parts of his body into pure diamond. It's a natural armor that makes him extremely resistant to damage, even from Mihawk's legendary Slash. But the drawback is limited mobility. He can't move the diamond-coated parts easily. Still, in terms of raw durability, this is one of the best. 28. The Stone Fruit. Pika's ability lets him control and merge with stone on a massive scale. In Dressrosa, he became a literal mountain-sized threat. It's not fast or subtle, but if you can't cut through stone or use hockey, you're done. Against someone like Zoro, though, its weaknesses show. 27. The Isle Fruit. Avalo Pizarro uses this bizarre fruit to merge with an entire island. While we still don't know its full potential, it essentially turns the user into a living landmass. Attacks from Garp and Kobe were needed to push him back. Defensively, it's one of the weirdest, but most unique in the series. 26. The Strong Fruit. Jesus Burgess, one of Blackbeard's commanders, got this fruit that boosts his already insane strength. He can throw buildings and create shockwaves with raw power. It's simple, but dangerous, and if it has no upper limit, then it scales really well with the user's physical growth. 25. The String Fruit. Dolphamingo's Devil Fruit is deceptively strong. It lets him control razor-sharp strings, but at full mastery, he can control people like puppets, stitch his own organs, slice buildings, and create a massive birdcage that traps an entire city. His awakening lets him turn the ground itself into string. It's versatile, deadly, and hard to counter. 24. The Magnet Fruit. Eustace Kid uses this Paramecia to generate magnetic forces and manipulate metal. His awakening lets him magnetize people and objects, allowing for massive mechanical attacks and battlefield control. He even helped take down Big Mom with it, showing its high-end potential. 23. The Love Fruit. Boa Hancock's fruit is often underestimated, but it's incredibly broken. It allows her to petrify people instantly if they feel even a bit of attraction toward her, and that includes enemies of any gender. She can also turn objects into stone by touch. It's a terrifying fruit that only seems limited because she rarely needs to go all out. 22. The Dog Fruit, model Okuchi no Makami. Yamato's mythical Zoan gives her a divine wolf form and the ability to use ice-based attacks. She held her own against Kaido, which says a lot. This fruit offers massive physical boosts, elemental control, and strong hybrid form combat. Easily one of the best Zoans revealed. 21. The Dragon Fruit, model Pteranodon. King's ancient Zoan grants flight, high-speed mobility, and raw power. Combined with his Lunarian durability and swordsmanship, this fruit makes him one of the most dangerous right-hand men in the series. He dominated multiple fights and could only be taken down with precise hockey. 20. The Venom Fruit. Used by Magellan, this Paramecia lets the user create and control multiple types of poison, liquid, gas, and even acidic slime. His Hydra form was lethal, and it took everything Luffy had just to survive the first round. It's one of the most overwhelming close-range fruits ever seen in One Piece. 19. The Press Fruit. Admiral Fujitora's gravity-based Devil Fruit lets him control gravitational forces on a massive scale. He can summon meteors from space, pin opponents to the ground, and shift the weight of entire battlefields. He's used it against pirates, marines, and even civilians. It's not flashy, but it's one of the most terrifying powers in the world when fully unleashed. 18. The Woodswoods Fruit. Ryokuju's plant-based Logia allows him to grow and control a massive forest from his body. He can drain the moisture from enemies, trap them in roots, and regenerate damage using sunlight. We haven't seen its full power yet, but during the Wano arc, he faced down Yamato, the Scabbards, and even King and Queen without breaking a sweat. 17. The Flame Fruit. Once wielded by Ace, now used by Sabo, this Logia type lets the user turn into and control fire. It's one of the most iconic devil fruits in the series. Its fire-based mobility, ranged attacks, and destructive area effects make it incredibly versatile. Sabo's mastery of the fruit has only grown, making him one of the most feared fighters in the world. 16. The Bird Fruit, model Phoenix. Marco's mythical Zoan allows full regeneration through Blue Phoenix Flames. It combines flight, speed, and healing in one package. He can tank blows that would kill anyone else and heal allies during battle. While not the strongest offensively, it's nearly unmatched in long battles and war scenarios. 15. The Glint Fruit. Admiral Kizaru's Logia lets him become light itself. He moves at the speed of light, shoots laser beams, and attacks with almost no warning. He's one of the fastest characters in the series, and his destructive power is incredible. Even though Luffy held his own against him in Egghead, it took everything he had to do so. 14. The Rumble Fruit. Enel's lightning-based Logia gives him control over 200 million volts of electricity. He can move through metal, hear sound waves, restart his own heart, and destroy entire landscapes with one attack. Oda even said if Enel came to the Blue Sea, he'd have a 500 million berry bounty. The only reason he lost was because his natural counter was rubber. 13. The Ice Fruit. Aokiji's Logia allows him to freeze massive areas instantly. He froze an entire bay at Marineford and half of Punk Hazard during his fight with Akainu. Ice spears, freezing weapons, and instant battlefield control make this one of the most powerful devil fruits in a large-scale war. 12. The Human Fruit Model Buddha. Sengoku's mythical Zoan transforms him into a golden giant Buddha with massive shockwave attacks. It's one of the rarest devil fruits in the world, and while we haven't seen its full potential, it's powerful enough to clash with Blackbeard's crew and hold his own. 11. The Soul Fruit. Big Mom uses this fruit to steal and manipulate souls. She can create homies, living creatures made of fire, clouds, and even parts of her own soul. Her power allows her to control weather, command living objects, and strike fear into anyone who lacks the will to resist. Her only limit is how scared her opponents are of her. 10. The Fish Fruit Model Azure Dragon. Kaido's mythical Zoan lets him turn into a giant eastern dragon. He can fly, control flame-like wind, and destroy cities with a single roar. This devil fruit gives massive durability and elemental offense, and Kaido wielded it to rule Wano almost alone. It took Luffy's Gear 5 to bring him down. 9. The Magmag Fruit. Akainu's Lava Logia is pure destruction. Lava burns through almost anything and can even clash with Whitebeard's strongest attacks. It's the most offensively brutal Logia in the series. Akainu used it to kill Ace and fight for 10 days against Aokiji. This devil fruit is nothing but lethal power. 8. The Hobby Fruit. Sugar's fruit lets her turn anyone into a toy with one touch, and the worst part? Everyone forgets the person ever existed. Even powerful fighters can't resist it if she touches them. Plus, it stops her aging, making her forever young. If you don't know her ability ahead of time, you lose instantly. 7. The Age Fruit. Jewelry Bonnie can change her own age and the age of others. That means she can shift her body to become stronger, younger, or older at will. In the Egghead arc, she shows off future transformations that even resemble Gear 5. The more she understands her powers, the stronger she gets. Her potential is limitless. 6. The OPOP Fruit. Trafalgar Law's fruit lets him create an operating room space where he can cut, move, and swap anything. He can teleport, remove organs, switch personalities, and even make someone immortal at the cost of his life. It's called the ultimate devil fruit for a reason, and it lives up to the name. 5. The Pawpaw Fruit. Kuma's devil fruit deflects anything. Pain, people, air, even physical concepts. He can teleport others across the world in an instant. In battle, he can compress air into bombs or erase pain from allies. It's a weird power that becomes godlike when used well, which Kuma absolutely did. 4. The Tremor Fruit. Whitebeard's legendary Paramecia allows him to create massive earthquakes and shockwaves. He can tilt the sea, split islands, and destroy marine fleets with one punch. Blackbeard now owns this fruit, and it's one of the most destructive forces in the world. 3. The Dark Fruit. This Logia gives Blackbeard control over darkness and gravity. It can absorb anything, light, matter, or powers, and even cancel other devil fruits. It's the only known ability that can turn Logia users vulnerable. Blackbeard using this with the Tremor Fruit is what makes him so terrifying. 2. The 5 Elders' mythical zones. Each of the 5 Elders has a unique mythical zone fruit based on ancient yokai or gods. These forms come with monstrous strength, regeneration, and powers that are still being revealed in the Egghead arc. Together, they represent some of the most broken transformations we've ever seen. 1. The Human Fruit Model Nika. Luffy's true devil fruit, revealed during Wano, is a mythical zone that grants the power of the sun god, Nika. Gear 5 allows Luffy to twist the laws of reality, stretch imagination itself, and bring cartoon logic into battle. It's freedom made physical. In terms of power, versatility, and narrative weight, this is the strongest devil fruit in One Piece.